Hello, we are here live on the BAFTA Games red carpet. It's the 21st BAFTA Games Awards. We're here in the Queen Elizabeth building here on the South Bank. You can see the sun is kind of shining for us. It's starting to get pretty buzzy here on the red carpet. Some of the biggest stars in gaming from around the globe are here to celebrate the creativity, technology, and all-round awesomeness that goes into making games. We're going to be talking to some designers, we're going to be talking to actors, we're going to be talking to creators, we're going to be talking to everybody that has part to make up, part to make these games that have been so successful. This will all, of course, be ahead of the ceremony, which kicks off at 7 p.m. tonight, which we will be following, and we will, of course, be bringing you all the winners on Sky News Online, so you can take a look there and see who the 17 big winners of the night, biggest award, of course, Best Game. We are going to be chatting to some of the stars just working down the carpet. Just to my side, I can see Phil Wang, who is hosting for the second year running. Just double check it. In fact, we have someone coming to us right now, so I will now swap over onto the other side of the rope and we will talk to our first fantastic guest. Hi there, so nice to see you. Thank you for putting down your radio times. It's nice to see on the front, a TV show, a very successful one, inspired by a video game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this is what it's about. BAFTA really support video games, and for me, video games stand up there with any other medium, with film, with literature, with theatre. So today is about celebrating the amazing creative work that goes on in the video games industry.
We're here today from Sky News and we are live streaming the event. Just for anyone who doesn't know, tell me what your name is and which game you're here representing today.
Yeah, so I'm Don Matthews, I'm the studio head of Ninja Theory, and our game is Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga.
Fantastic. I know your lead actress is up for an award tonight, isn't she?
Yes.
Tell us in a nutshell, what is the game for anyone that's not played it? And this is something that's got quite a lot of coverage, actually. I've definitely read about this, because it's quite innovative, isn't it, what you've done?
Yeah, so it's the story of a Celtic warrior, and she's on a quest to Iceland, and she's a character who experiences psychosis. So she sees things and hears things that other people don't, and for us to deliver that kind of experience in the game, we've worked closely with collaborators in the science community and in the mental health community too.
That's fantastic. And so you worked with Cambridge University. And where did the idea for that come from? Because you don't immediately think of necessarily working with a university or focusing on something that's as sensitive an issue as psychosis when you're thinking of gaming.
Yeah, I think we've always made fantasy games, and I think with this game we made the decision that we wanted to tell the fantasy that was the creation of someone's mind. I think as soon as we decided that, we knew we had to do our research properly, and it's really wonderful to be here tonight actually with our collaborators from the university and from a local recovery college to celebrate this with us here tonight.
So beautiful coming together, isn't it? Might there ever be plans to turn it into a film? Because that's happening more and more, isn't it? The adaptations of games seeing on the big screen.
I think if we were to do it, it would have to be just right. For me, video games offer a unique storytelling vehicle, so I think a film would have to offer something different that we can't achieve in a game, and I think the game can achieve something really quite special in terms of agency and putting our players into the shoes of someone who experiences the types of things that our character does.
We're asking everyone here tonight, what was the game that changed their life and perhaps started you off on your gaming journey, your gaming career?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a game that started me off, but Resident Evil 4 is a game that's got a really special place in my heart. I think the tone that game achieved and the game as an experience is definitely something that's influenced my work and our work at the studio.
That's fantastic. So might people who are playing Hellblade 2 see any echoes of that game?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's similarities. They're both third-person action games, and I think they're both focused on making every single step meaningful.
Fantastic. Well, look, good luck tonight. Fingers crossed.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks a lot.
No, it could be on that side, couldn't it?
Oh, hi.
Hi there, Phil. Very nice to see you again this year. Back for a second year running.
Yeah, another go.
Is it exciting to be back? Were you pleased they asked you back for a second term?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a vote of confidence, if nothing else, to be invited back. And last year went well, and people were very happy with it, and it was a really fun time. So, yeah, it's great to be back and to have another go at hosting the show with one under my belt.
And of course, you've spoken a lot about gaming being a big part of your life growing up, and obviously we know you as a comedian, but you know, gaming sounds like it was fundamental in your kind of formative years.
For sure, I grew up in Borneo, which is a beautiful place, but quite a sleepy place, and video games were my ultimate form of escapism, and I got to imagine myself in different worlds and explore different places, and it exposed me to a lot of like dialogue and stories, and so yeah, definitely very formative for me.
Do you feel like video games and gaming in general is finally getting the cultural recognition it deserves? Because it's quite a newcomer on the block, isn't it, in the arts world? But it's finally really getting out there with kind of The Last of Us and you know, films at the moment in the cinema. People are respecting it.
Yeah, for sure. I think as the technology has developed and progressed, and more complex stories are being able to be told in video games, and you like the expressions you can see in characters' faces, it's all so affecting now that I think playing a game like The Last of Us or God of War is like watching an HBO series at this point, because it's so affecting. I mean, games have been around for what, 50 years now? 40 years?
50, 60.
Yeah, right. And yeah, like you say, it's such a big part of the culture. It's sort of this sleeping giant culture in video games. So many people play it. It's a bigger industry than film and music combined, and yet it is still spoken in terms of being niche or nerdy, but it definitely isn't anymore. I mean, the Minecraft movie just came out this week and is like one of the biggest movies in the world, and that's a video game. That's what video games can do. So definitely, I think it's definitely bridging the gap into the mainstream.
I know that you probably, as hosts, have to be fairly neutral, but is there any of the gaming creatives you're really excited about seeing tonight?
I'm neutral. I think all the games are fabulous. They all deserve to win. I got to meet the team behind Thank Goodness You're Here last night, and they're a small team based mostly in Yorkshire, and they've built this incredibly local Yorkshire game, and it's nominated for Best Game Tonight at the BAFTA Games Awards. It's an incredible story, and there's such a nice team of talented people, and they're so sweet. So I was really thrilled to meet them, because especially as a comedian, no game has made me laugh quite as much as Thank Goodness You're Here. So it was a thrill to meet those guys.
That's really nice. Your two loves are coming together, gaming and comedy.
Yeah, totally, exactly. And it's not easy to make a video game funny, but they really did it.
Finally, Phil, we're asking everybody here tonight, what was the video game that changed their life and kind of really made the biggest impact on them?
The game that made the biggest impact on me, I mean, when I first, it was quite late on, but when I played The Last of Us, I think that for me really signaled the step from games into the art world and the serious narrative world. I mean, the fact that The Last of Us as a game could be transported almost without alteration from game to HBO series, I mean, it just goes to show how rich the stories are in video games now. But younger, when I played Metal Gear Solid 2, I couldn't believe the graphics. Even though they are now dated at the time, I couldn't imagine them getting better. But then also WWE SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. I think about that game all the time. I'm always thinking about the running in diagonals, because that's the only way you can run on Here Comes the Pain. So yeah, a lot of games have made different imprints on me.
I feel we've had an insight into the mind of Phil Wang tonight. I love it. Listen, good luck tonight. I look forward to seeing you host.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Thanks. Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks,
See you soon.
Phil.
Bye.
Hi there, so nice to see you. We are live streaming tonight, so just for our viewers, can you tell us what game that you are here representing in your name?
So we are here representing Lego Horizon Adventures. So I'm Luis Herrera. I'm the animation director at Studio Gobo.
Fantastic, and is Lego up for 4 awards tonight? I can't remember. For a
Yeah,
couple,
we have 4 nominations. We are very, very happy about that. We have animation, we have family game, British game, and multiplayer, I think. Yeah.
And tell me, how big is your team? Because obviously you hear Lego, you know, we all know Lego, it's such a big franchise. Are you guys a big team as well, or not
We are
so?
not a massive team, actually. We are developing the game for Gorilla Games, it's a Dutch company, and it was a version of their own game, you know, like Horizon, the Horizon game. And then, so we are about 120 people, but we have help as well from other teams, you know, from Sony as well. So I think in total, I'm not really sure what's the number, maybe 200 or something like that, which is not a massive number actually for a game.
It takes so many people, doesn't it? That's the thing with gaming. There's so many elements. You've got the technology, you've got the art, you've got the creativity that's gone into putting that game together. You've got the coding. There's so many elements. Did you see yourself working in game? Was that always your ambition?
Yeah, I actually, you know, I think I love games because it's a combination of all those things that you talk about, and it's a real challenge to put all together, and it's actually a miracle to be able to finish one of these games, and I think, you know, I think actually we made a pretty good job, and it looks fantastic. We are super proud of it, and it looks like our aim was actually making it look like the movies, like you were playing like an actual real Lego set, and I think, you know, I think we were very close to that. So I'm very, very happy of what we did, yeah.
And are you already working on the next game? Is that already well underway? Because I guess this has long been done now, isn't it? And it's now you're celebrating, but you're already working on the next one.
We are. We cannot talk about it, obviously, but yeah, we will finish it. This one we finished it last year. And then, you know, from that point, as soon as we finish, we started working on the next one. You know, there's not a stop for us. Yeah, so I cannot talk about it, but yeah.
You bring up a good point. I mean, there's lots of people here networking tonight, talking, enjoying each other's company. I guess with games, you all have to keep stum and not talk too much about what you're working on.
No, there's all the NDAs everywhere. Yeah, it's all secret. You want to, you know, the press want to control when we actually announce those things, and it takes years really to make all these big games. So, you know, it's like.
Finally, what is the game that you would say changed your life and inspired your love of gaming?
I would say, well, one of my favorite games of all time is Shadow of the Colossus. It's an old kind of old game, and I think that was incredible. When I saw it, it was like, you know, moving into this fantastic world. It was amazing, you know. But any game really, I really like a lot of the games, but yeah, that one is special. I think it's one of my favorites of all time. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, listen, good luck tonight. Fingers crossed. I hope it goes well and enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Ross Tregenza from Helldivers.
Yeah, that would be better.
No worries. Ross Tregenza. Yeah, in Helldivers. I see. Something over.
Hi there, Ross. Really nice to talk to you. You're talking to Sky News, and we're busy live streaming as we go. And so just for our viewers who don't know, tell me your full name and which game you're here representing.
So I'm Ross Tregenza. I'm a composer for games, obviously. Tonight I'm here for Helldivers 2, the crazy sci-fi game that's been a bit of a breakout hit.
I love that. Give me it in a nutshell. I have not played that one, so sell it to me.
You crash down onto a planet, you fight little bugs or robots, you normally die, or you escape and leave. It's one of the craziest games I've ever worked on. It's quite a thing. it's pure madness from beginning to end, but it's very likable.
That must be really inspiring if you're composing for that kind of madness. Has it really taken you on a journey?
It really has. I was given the most difficult brief I had for the project was they needed me to write an anthem for the planet Earth. So I had to sort of distill every anthem that I'd ever heard from the whole planet into one anthem, and then we recorded that at Abbey Road with a choir and stuff. It's a phenomenal journey from sitting there like plonking on the piano with my cat on my lap to ending up in Abbey Road like hearing a choir perform it. But oh, it was amazing. The whole game has been wild, quite frankly.
That's amazing. I mean, forget Eurovision, you're writing an anthem for the entire world,
Exactly.
not just the country.
Yeah. I think next year I need to try and get to Eurovision and perform it.
Absolutely. I think you stand quite a good chance, to be honest. That's fantastic. And what was it like? Was it the first time you'd performed in Abbey Road?
Oh yeah, it was a nerve-wracking experience. As a musician, I've come up kind of from like a sort of a punky, gothy underground. I still can't read music, so my music for the choir was being transposed and written by other people. So I was asked to like come to the window at one point of the control room, and they said, Ross, we've decided we might do some changes to the music on bar 118, and I thought, I can't read music. This is terrifying. But I got away with it.
That's fantastic. How have you made your way up without reading music? Do you sight read? You just literally...
I performed sort of organically my entire career. Like I grew up in bands, just performing in underground clubs and things. So I can play the piano, but I can't read the music that I'm playing.
Wow. Well, it's what it sounds like that counts, isn't it? Not how you're playing.
Exactly. Yeah. It's more common than you think, actually. Like a lot of musicians that have grown up, like come into the industry in roots like mine, have just we've sort of got here, but yeah, we don't have the sort of the technical background. We're just more organic with it.
Love it. And are you a gamer? Were you into gaming pre-making this?
Oh gosh, yes. Yeah, my entire life. My parents got me a Commodore 64 when I was 9 years old in the 80s, and they got it second hand. They said, you'll probably be bored of this in a week. And now, fast forward 35 years, it's my entire career. I've got Pac-Man tattooed on my hand, so there's a commitment to video games for sure.
There's a real recognition. We were just saying earlier to Phil Wang hosting again this year. There's a real recognition, I think, culturally now of gaming. For a long time it was kind of seen as niche, but actually now it's getting the recognition it deserves because it's big business gaming as well as being very popular.
It really is. I mean, it's just, I think, bigger than the film industry now, which is crazy to comprehend. But I've been in the industry 22 years now. And when I started, the teams were still very small, but it would be 30, 40 people making a video game. Whereas at this point, it could be 1,000 people making a video game for 7 years. It's insanely different from where it came from. But it's lovely. It offers creative opportunities to like a huge amount of people, where it was almost impossible to get into it when it started. Now, like, people have university courses, they can get into the industry. And it's lovely that people are like training in it. So you get young people just like from day zero getting into the industry. So it's a very different world now.
Finally, before I lose you, what is the game that you would say has changed your life?
It was the game Time Splitters. It was a game on the PlayStation 2, and I did my first piece of music on that game, and it's been just a wild ride ever since. So it's changed everything about my life, and the main composer on that game, Graham Norgate, he took a chance on me, and everything has happened because of that. So that game is in my heart.
And Pac-Man's on your hand.
And Pac-Man's on my hand.
Brilliant. Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Well. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Hi there, Gabriel.
Hey, how are
it's
you?
really nice to
What's
see
your
you
name?
here tonight. I'm Bethany.
Bethany,
and
pleasure to meet you.
Sky News.
Excellent.
We're busy live streaming, so people would be intrigued to know. Tell me, what are you doing tonight? You're going to be presenting.
Yes. Isabella Merced and I are going to be presenting an award for, I believe, audio design, which is really exciting. We're both musicians. We both played a lot of music on set and are big admirers of our sound editing team, who've done a really wonderful job on the show. So, yeah, I mean, I can't remember the last time I presented an award. It may have been very long ago, and I think it might have been in the Austin, Texas theater scene somewhere. So, nothing to this scale. So, this is very exciting.
Very different. Now we've got you here in London on the South Bank. I love it. Well, of course, a lot of people are going to be seeing a lot of you very soon, aren't they, in The Last of Us Season 2, which everyone is very excited about. Talk to me about working on that.
Yes, well, we're 5 days away, and we've been kind of on this bit of a hurricane moving around. We were in Sydney, we were in Paris just this morning, and now we're here in London. And each and every stop, there's been just so much enthusiasm and just this really wonderful kind of explosion of support among all the fans. So I hope they enjoy it. I know it was fun working on it. There's a lot of love that we pour into it, and there's a lot of us we're fans of the game. You know, a lot of the younger, especially the new younger cast that we have. Isabella, who will be here with me, who plays Dina, all kind of, of that age where this game was very important to them. So working on it was just wonderful, and can't believe we're actually here. So a few short days away from the premiere.
It's really exciting, and especially it brought a lot of people, I think, that maybe weren't gamers, hadn't heard of The Last of Us, and suddenly you're watching this fantastic drama. Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey, I mean, such talent and such wonderful storylines.
That is, the storylines were kind of inherent in the source material. It was Neil Druckmann and this beautiful creation, he and his entire team over at Naughty Dog. And then for it to be brought to life by just such incredible creatives over at HBO Originals. When you think of great television and prestige television, you always think of Sunday nights on HBO. So they were the right people to handle this type of subject matter and who had the resources, but not only the resources, but the care and the technique and the ability to pull this off on such a grand scale. So yeah, it's so good. I can't wait for you to see it. I hate to say that and just be presumptuous about it, but personally, I've watched the first couple episodes and they're just so good. I'm very excited.
Absolutely, you should blow your own trumpet.
I keep saying I'm very excited because that's how excited I am.
And will you be watching it? Is it weird kind of watching when you've been part of it?
I usually watch stuff I do at least once. And if I can forget it's me in the first 2 or 3 minutes, then I'm okay. I feel like I've done my job. But as far as our show, it's every Sunday night on HBO. That's the way I like to receive the story, and I like to go and talk with people and hear the discourse week by week and give them enough time to recover, because every episode of our show is pretty brutal. But I think that's the way to do it. I think the patience of that and the care and the focus on each chapter of the story, it allows for that, to watch it each and every Sunday.
They make us wait a little bit over here in the UK, so we get it shortly after you guys over in the US. We have to wait overnight.
Well, stay off the internet. Don't use your VPN to get any of the American information. It's all misinformation over there anyway. We need to start telling the truth.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now for you guys.
Yeah. But yeah, when you do get it over here, I hope that you really enjoy it, and I think that you will.
I'm looking forward to it, that's for sure. And finally, can I ask, is there a game that has changed, or are you a gamer?
I love games. I love games. I mean, when I grew up, it was, I had the first Nintendo and all that stuff. My Nintendo got stolen. It was a very sad day. I remember this, and I didn't get a new one until 3 years later. So, but by that point, the new Nintendo was out, so that's great. But The Last of Us, of course. I mean, I don't say that just because I'm a company man, but I love Red Dead Redemption. So I like riding horses and hunting wild animals. But changed my life? Oh, wow. I mean, The Last of Us changed my life. The fact that we made it into this television show and it's been received the way it has been globally certainly changed my life.
I think that's a pretty good answer. The Last of Us. Well, I look forward to it. We get it in 5 days on Sky Atlantic, so I will be tuning in. Listen, enjoy tonight. I hope presenting your award goes well, and enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Part of it was just sort of when I found it in my life, early teenage years. But I really loved the...
Hi there, Melina. It's really nice to have you here today. You're talking to Sky News, and we're live streaming. So if you could just tell us your name and which game you're here representing.
Yeah, so my name is Melina Juergens, and I play Senua, and I'm here for Hellblade 2.
We've already chatted to somebody on your team. It sounds like such a fantastic game and really innovative in the approach. Tell me, was it exciting to work on? Were you excited by the concept?
I was extremely excited by the concept because mental health is a subject very close to my heart, and so to play a character that represents this means everything to me. The messages we've received from the fans after playing the games were super heartwarming, and people recognized themselves in the character, and there were people that suffer from psychosis, and they were saying that they showed the game to their partner or loved ones and they could finally understand what they're going through. So for that reason, I absolutely love working on this game.
That's fantastic, isn't it? And when you think of gaming, you don't necessarily think of sort of social inclusion or helping people communicate. That's really beautiful. And they actually worked with Cambridge University, didn't they?
Yes, we worked with Professor Paul Fletcher. He's a neuroscientist and he helped us with all the research. We worked with Recovery College East, so people with lived experiences, and helped us get the game right, make the experience as truthful as possible.
That's a fantastic attention to detail, and I guess for you as an actress, did that make a lot of difference, the fact this had been so well researched?
Yes. Also, I have my own experiences with mental health. I suffered of psychosis in my early 20s, so I know what it feels like, but the experience is different for everybody that has it. So it's really nice to get a lot of different perspectives, because you want to make this character relatable to a lot of people and not just to one specific person, right? So it was nice to get all the other experiences involved.
When you were cast, did the people casting you have any idea about that you had experienced psychosis, or is that just something you were able to draw on?
Some of them knew, not everyone, just the people that I felt close to, but the casting was super accidental because I was actually Ninja Theory's video editor, and then I happened to be the stand-in. They asked me to read a few lines, and then I kind of happened to end up being the character, and with my experience with mental health, it was a good match with me and the character.
Yeah. I'm a great believer in fate, so I always think things happen for a reason. And now, of course, you are nominated for Best Lead Actress. I mean, how exciting is that?
It's absolutely exciting. I won Best Lead in 2018, so it's my second nomination, which is absolutely unbelievable considering that I wasn't planning on being an actor. So it's still very surreal to me, even after all these years. I still cannot quite grasp what is happening.
Yeah. And for you as an actress, is performing in video games. Is that very different to other types of acting? Is it a different sort of genre of acting?
For that, to be honest, I have no idea, because all I've ever done is play Senua for the last 10 years. I've never had a different acting job, never tried TV or movies or anything like that. So this is the one and only experience that I can talk about.
It's a bit like being in a soap or something, isn't it? When you're kind of working on it non-stop. But that's wonderful. Security in your job, 10 years.
Yes, I'm really enjoying it. Our team is amazing. We've become like a family. I've worked for Ninja for about 13 years now. Because I was doing the video editing first and then the acting, so we've grown very close as a family.
We've been talking a lot tonight about how video gaming is finally getting some of the recognition it deserves in popular culture. And it strikes me that also female gamers are finally getting recognition, because it's not sort of the stereotype, is it? It's not necessarily a female gamer you think of first. Are you big into your games?
I do play games, but I play a weird variety of games. I play a lot of 90s games that I used to play as a teenager, like strategy games, and then I also like simulation games like Power Wash, for example, because it really relaxes me. I don't know why. I recently started playing Indiana Jones. That was really great. Troy Baker did an amazing job. So, yeah, I think I like a huge mix of games. Yeah.
That's fantastic, because I guess each game does a different thing, doesn't it? Like you're saying, strategy games might kind of test your brain, but then, like you said, something else might just chill you out, like watching TV.
I think it really depends on the mood you're in on that day. Like sometimes you want something relaxing, sometimes more action. So,
do you ever play your own game?
I did. I tested it a lot, and then once it was out, I played it. I think 1 or 2 times. Yeah.
And then you had to put it away because was it too weird?
Now I've had enough. I've seen it too many times now.
You talked there about playing games that you maybe played back in the 90s. Is there a game that changed your life and has had the biggest impact on you?
Ooh, biggest impact?
Other than this one.
I'm not sure if it has like the biggest impact, but a game I love to play is Age of Empires 2, which is like a really old game, and I play it online with my brothers, and it's just a way for us to connect and like play together online, because we live in separate countries. So it's just our little hobby that we do together, and it's very enjoyable.
That's lovely, bringing people together through gaming.
Although I always lose against them, so.
You need to up your game on that one. But if you win tonight, I think you're the ultimate winner. Good luck. I hope it goes really well. Fingers crossed for a second lead actress win.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm really good. I'm Bethany from Sky News, and we are live streaming tonight. So fantastic to have you here. What an exciting event, and the sun's out for us as well.
Right, sun's out, guns out. Well, not guns out, because the black tie and all that jazz. But yeah, happy to be here.
And are you a big gamer, Adam? Has gaming been a big part of your life?
I got an Amiga 500 when I was 5 years old, booted up Rainbow Island, and never looked back.
It's amazing, because obviously Phil Wang, who's back for a second year, he's been telling us as well how gaming was such a big part of his youth growing up. And it does, it kind of shapes your recollections of your childhood, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think everyone wants to kind of save the world, conquer the kingdom, rescue Princess Peach, or hell, even go to war. And I think gaming just allows us to do that from the safety of our own homes. And I think it's one of the purest forms of storytelling we have at our disposal. And it's interactive, and it's just such a super unique art form in that sense.
You're really right, because it is sort of the ultimate interactive, isn't it? Because you become part of that story. The story kind of continues with you in the driving seat. Yeah. And that's something really unique. Do you think that gaming is finally getting the cultural recognition it deserves? Because it's been a while, hasn't it, for it to be taken seriously?
I think we're finally there, because for years people have seen it was something like lonely boys did in their mum's basement because they weren't good at sports. and I take that very personally because that's literally me. I want to play Final Fantasy VII, leave me alone. But no, I think we're there now. I think now with things like the Minecraft movie coming out, we just had the most successful opening week of any video game movie in history. And it was finally there. It's finally in the zeitgeist of the public consciousness. And everyone's a gamer, they just don't know it yet.
I love that. And events like this, kind of bringing it to everyone's attention, because in fact I think the last time we saw you was at the Oscars. And of course when there's big film awards, everyone's talking about them. And it's taken a while, but BAFTA are the first people now for over 2 decades have been talking about gaming and awarding all the amazing gamers out there. So it's events like this that perhaps bring it to a whole new audience.
Completely. There'll be people who are streaming this online who might be very new to gaming, or something like gaming, like adjacent. I've put my partner through many hellacious evenings watching me play different games, and she's finally there now. She's finally there. She's got her own PS5. Happy days. So, yeah, and again, events like this that help like break down that barrier and that stigma and show gaming for what it truly can be. Because gaming's for everyone, and granted, I'm not an FPS guy, but I think things like Astrobot are adorable. I'm a real Tekken 8 guy. I've got friends this year playing Mario Party Jamboree. So, yeah, no, gaming's beautiful. It brings people together. So, come join us if you're new to gaming.
So many people are saying that about gaming bringing people together, and you saying getting your partner into it. It's funny because you think of gaming maybe as quite a solo pursuit, but actually the opposite seems to be true.
Absolutely. Where I am in Croydon, we have an arcade called the Heart of Gaming. So it's one of those old school, pay to get in, it's all set up free to play. And the amount of like repeat groups that we get coming in, just either doing like 8-player Daytona USA, or like co-op Time Crisis, or what is the other one? House of the Dead. Like, yeah, it's a real communal thing now. Hence I'm presenting Best Multiplayer.
Well, that's
tonight.
so appropriate because
Right.
they're the multiplayer games. I guess you have to be neutral, right? Have you kind of looked at the list? Do you fancy one in particular?
I have a favourite, and I have one that I think is going to win, and unfortunately they aren't the same one.
I wonder if either will be right. I guess we'll see afterwards. Obviously 17 categories, so it's quite a wide range of games and performers and genres. And so much to look forward to.
I know, and Sensu Saga, Hellblade 2 is in 11 of them. 11. That's like Ben-Hur levels of like ridiculous. And it's a great game. It's thoroughly earned those stripes.
We just chatted to the lead actress, who I didn't realise has won the award before, so if she gets it tonight, it will be her second win.
Wow, good for them.
The job of a lifetime.
Yeah.
And finally, Adam, before we lose you, is there a game that you feel has changed your life or definitely kind of influenced you the most?
Final Fantasy VII, I believe, is magical storytelling, great gaming, and it came when I was going through like a really hard time in life. So yeah, I will gladly say that game saved my life, probably.
That's the most powerful thing in the world, if that's true. It gave you something to kind of focus on and take you out of your own head, I guess.
Yeah, totally. And that's what gaming is, escapism.
Absolutely. Well, look, we're all enjoying escaping tonight. Have a fantastic award ceremony. I cannot wait to see who wins Best Multiplayer, and I can't wait to see if you're right.
Excellent. Thank you very much. You
Thanks,
take care.
Adam.
just so rogue, and I just can't stop playing it. It's such a close game. At the end of the day, I just don't have my favorite. So, yeah. In my life, I can't even tell you my playtime, not even just in school or the street. I think I've sunk many hours. It's just one of those games that for me is what's game, so I have to go to play it. Just feeling like down.
Hi guys, lovely to see you. Hey. You're chatting to Sky News and we are live streaming tonight. So just for anyone who doesn't know, can you tell me your names and which game you're representing?
Yeah, so my name is Henry Hoffman and I'm the game director on Paper Trail.
And I'm Fred Hoffman and I'm Henry Hoffman's brother and the art director on Paper Trail.
I'm noticing a similarity in the surname, call me Sherlock. Are you actually brothers?
Yes, so we are actually brothers.
Yeah. Legally and on paper.
Fantastic. And tell me about Paper Trail. So you're up for Best Debut?
No, so Best British.
Best British, the best of the lot. Tell me about the game for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah, so Paper Trail is an origami-inspired top-down puzzle adventure game set in a fully paper world where you can fold the levels over in order to solve puzzles and overcome obstacles.
What was your inspiration? That's amazing. Is there many origami-based games?
No, I don't think so.
Not that many, no. Maybe since we came out, maybe, but no, not many.
So the inspiration was me and my brother have been doing video games for a long time, and we always draw our game ideas on pieces of paper. So we were drawing some different puzzle ideas on these different pieces of paper, and then we were like, oh, wait a minute, if we fold them over, those two sides merge together. And we were like, oh, maybe that's an interesting puzzle mechanic. And then we built the game out of that, really. Just pieces of paper.
A light bulb went off in our heads, and then 5 years later, we're here.
Yeah, it's incredible. Crazy.
That's amazing. And 5 years, I mean, that's the thing. A light bulb goes off, but then all that work and all the people that go into making that work, the art, the tech, the coding, have you guys been across all of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started as just me and my brother. We founded the studio together, and then we brought on board a developer and a junior designer, and then we scaled up and we built the game, and it's just been like a fantastic journey to go through, really. Yeah, incredible.
Whereabouts in the UK are you based, and how many people are in your team?
So we're based in Norwich, UK. We're the biggest game studio in Norwich.
We're the only game studio in Norwich.
We're about a team of 5 at the moment, so we scale up and down depending on what we're working on, but a really small, tight team. And it's crazy because we're up against like Hellblade and some like massive games with hundreds of employees. So just to be like here is amazing.
There really are. There's some juggernauts on the list. I mean, obviously, there's 17 categories. There are some really big companies. And then there's people like yourselves and other teams that are literally like 2 people.
Yeah.
Is that the beauty of BAFTA Games?
I think it completely democratizes games. Like, it didn't used to be like that back in the day. A lot of the big award ceremonies only celebrated AAA games, but now coming to events like this, there's a real level playing field, and it's just insane, really, to be rubbing shoulders with some of these people that I look up to in the industry.
What I really love about it as well is that there's not just a category for indie games on the side, like a little nod to it. We're in amongst all the big guys. We're in amongst the best debuts and best new titles and best British, and so you see indies next to AAAs everywhere. It's great to see.
How much would it mean to you guys to take home an award or awards tonight?
I think, to be honest, we just don't expect it. So we haven't even mentally processed that as a possibility at this time.
Have you written your speech, Henry?
But honestly, it's, just to be in the long list was incredible for us. To be a nominee is like even more incredible. To win would be insane. And I think they'd probably have made a mistake if they did.
Yeah, we are not mentally prepared for that.
Please tell me that you have your speech written on something that will be origami and you will unfold it.
Oh shit, that's a good idea. Actually, that's a good idea. It should start as like a butterfly or a paper plane.
We're going to pretend that was our idea.
Yeah.
Copyright Bethany Minelle of Sky News.
Too late. I've already done it.
We're asking everybody tonight, what was the game that changed their life or inspired them the most? So what for each of you would the game be?
So there was a game that came out in the late 90s called Little Big Adventure, which was a really obscure French adventure game, which I became obsessed with and spent hours and hours making fan art for. That's how I learned 3D art, game art, how to make video games, because of the amazing fan community around that game. So that was a big inspiration for me.
Definitely Wind Waker for me. I remember going on the train going to the nearest town, because we live in a tiny little village, going on the train, picking it up, buying it, and then reading the cover of the document that came with it, cover to cover to cover. Really excited to play it when I got home. And then for the next year, drawing maps and drawing like ideas of like the world afterwards. That was my first foray into video game art, if I didn't even realize it.
If you went back to that primary school self and told yourselves you actually work in gaming, not only do you work in it, but you're coming up with these games that are award nominated, would you have believed it?
I think I would have believed that I was working in video games because I was like 9 years old and I was like, right, I'm going to be a video game designer. Maybe not a good one, but I'm going to be one. But yeah, to actually make good video games or like what that people like and play and to be at the BAFTAs is just, it is crazy. And my younger self would just be, their mind would be blown for sure.
Who are you most excited about meeting tonight? Have you rubbed shoulders with any of your heroes on the carpet tonight?
Ooh, I've only just arrived, really. Well, hoping to meet some people over a glass of champagne later.
Fantastic, you deserve it. Go get yourself a glass of champagne and good luck. I look forward to seeing if you win and seeing your speech.
Thank you so much. Cheers, thank you, bye.
Johan, brilliant. Hi there, Johan. Really nice to talk to you. You're talking to Sky News and we're live streaming.
Oh, wonderful.
So just for anyone who doesn't know, tell me your name and which game you're representing.
Johan Pilestedt for Helldivers 2.
We've heard a lot about Helldivers tonight. Tell me about the game and how much it means to be here representing it.
Well, I mean, since the development of the game took 7 years, 11 months and 26 days to make, I mean, it's been a very long journey of course for me and the original team, but also everybody that's come along over the years. So being recognized at BAFTA is a great honor for everybody at the studio and a true representation of what that kind of grit entails. Like if you just stay true to yourself and push through.
And have you always had a passion for gaming? Was this always, you were always going to be a CEO of a gaming firm?
Yeah, sort of. I asked my father when I was 8 years old how to start a video game company, and he's a smart man, so he told me that I had to have really good grades, which of course is a lie, but
I'm sure it helps.
It does, especially when it comes to all of the knowledge that you learn in math and so forth.
And there's so much that goes into making a successful game, isn't there? It's got so many levels to it: creativity, technology, pulling together this big group of people. I mean, how many people are in your team?
So the total currently working on Helldivers is about 250. At peak before launch, we were around 120 with friendly people over at PlayStation that helped us develop the game. But yeah, to your point, it's like getting people in technology that needs different processes from the creatives, from art and from design to work together, even though these fields don't necessarily mix, is a massive challenge. It takes a lot of communication, a lot of teamwork, and a lot of trust between the people that are making the game to actually pull through. Somebody once said that it's almost as if games don't want to be made.
I think all art has to have a difficult coming into the world, doesn't it, to be worth it?
I think so. I mean, the original word for passion is to suffer, right? So, and I think all games go through those kind of periods where the struggle is real and you doubt whether or not it will be anything in the end.
Sounds very collaborative, though. So PlayStation were involved in the development, in sort of bringing it to fruition.
Yeah, so PlayStation is publishing Helldivers, and we've gotten so much support and help over the years, and especially nowadays in this climate with industry layoffs. I think PlayStation has been a really good partner, supporting us for 8 years of development. I don't think that there's that many other large partners in the games industry that would have committed for that long a time to bring out a game that was so unproven.
Are award ceremonies like this all the more important? You mentioned the industry layoffs there, challenging times for everybody across the world. Do you think things like this are even more important to bring the importance of gaming and what big business it is to people's minds?
I think so, but at the same time, it could come across as being a little bit tone deaf to the industry to celebrate all of the success while so many people are struggling in the games industry.
Finally, we've been asking everybody what's the game that most changed their life or certainly influenced them in their journey. What would you say?
I would actually say that it would be my first experiences with tabletop role-playing games. So there's a Swedish version of Dungeons and Dragons called Dragons and Demons. So shameless rip-off or one way or another. But I think it really brought attention to what games can do on an interpersonal level between all of those people that play it together. And that's sort of what I try to pursue in all my game creation endeavors, is just bringing people together.
Plus, we're hearing that time and time again, games bringing people together. It's not maybe what you first think, but certainly it's brought all of us here together, hasn't it? A love of game on some level for different reasons.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, for me, my personal journey has taken me to move away from my hometown, and the way that I stayed in touch with the childhood friends and my brother was through gaming. And I think that given the advancements in technology, it's a natural way for us to connect with people and stay connected.
Absolutely. Well, good luck tonight. Fingers crossed. I hope it goes really well. Go and grab some champagne.
Well, thank you.
Well, to be honest, it's just completely insane to be here. Like, we weren't expecting to be longlisted, then we weren't expecting to be nominated, and just to be here, like, rubbing shoulders, amazing talent. It's just absolutely insane. We're like a tiny team from Norwich. We're like a 5-person team, and then there's like teams of like 100 here who have played some of the most amazing games of the year. So, yeah, we're way out of our depth. It's just amazing.
I keep expecting to get an email saying that the whole thing is a prank. I'm really glad it hasn't happened. I'm more security you're going to turn me away. The QR code is great, but that's okay.
Okay, so mine's a little bit left field, a little bit obscure. So there's this game called The Big Adventure, which is like a game from the 1980s. It's really obscure French adventure game, but they came out with like a remaster recently, and not many people have played it. But it was at the time when I was like a kid, it was the biggest inspiration for me in all the games that I had. And I think this now that it's remastered, it's really great opportunity. So, Little Big Adventure, yes.
You know what, I can say with the game that's my first night, I'm very impressed. Yeah, great answer. Very happy. They're looking at me. Just pile of shame. Always growing. Pretty quick one-side.
Cilantro. It's genuinely, it's been a real hindrance to development. I was going home on the weekends, and I was making cilantro this weekend there, and I'm like, oh. And it got to the point where I was like, right, if I'm going to get any work done, I need to delete this game. So yeah, cilantro is completely hindered my development. I hate it.
Where can we hear the fight?
I mean, I will let them. Okay, fab. I love that answer. If you don't win tonight, we'll know you're not.
Yeah.
Fab, got it.
No, I don't want to say my own game. That seems terribly big. Only my own game. No, so I think that I was playing Inside, and there's a real transformative moment when playing Inside. I think about halfway through or 2/3 of the way through, which I don't want to say because it's going to ruin everyone else's experience of that game. But for me, that was like, it really blew my mind as to what the game experience could be. And I was like, damn, but I want to one day be able to capture that same magic in a game.
Well, yeah, for me it was the first time beating another player online at Tekken. And then that I've been chasing it ever since. That's another one of those things taking so much of my life away from me. And I can't be mad about it because I've enjoyed it every second of it. But yeah, that very first satisfying Larry dodge kill. Yeah, I've been chasing that for
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Oh, I'm going to do some more stuff. Okay. What the other one? More fun. The fun is cool. I mean, it could be any video game.
If you ever had like a play or a monitor, like some kind of situation, and you had Kirby's ability to just hail everything, I feel like I would be very happy with that. I'd inhale every explosive.
No, friends don't eat out that one. I can't beat it. Amazing. Thanks so much. Thank you. Oh, amazing. Thanks so much.
Yeah?
Yes.
Great.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Okay, so I'm going to say the names of two questions to run through.
Right. You want to use that here for Arrowhead?
I have to say this really is the game. We've had a lot of red carpet questions today where it comes up because it is, and it is. The games of the moment captured everything. I know me myself, I spent a day time in this world. So how does it feel to be that?
It's great, especially, and I've said it before so many times, but the game took 7 years, 11 months, and 26 days to be very specific. But really what happens after you spend some 3, 4, 5 plus years on making a game, you start self-doubting yourself, the entire team gets sort of fatigue, and it's somewhat huge responsibility. So you're just trying to motivate the team, or trying to find that energy in various ways, just to get it out of the door. And then to see it blowing up as much as it did, and then it resonates so well with the community. It's super heartwarming and feels sort of no, it's just great.
I can only imagine. I mean, it must have wonderful to see you
Yeah, no, absolutely. At launch, we scaled our service from maximum to handle 150,000 players. But on launch day, we hit peak well over 600,000, and that went up a couple of days later to 850,000. And it was crazy. Our backend engineers, they were basically pulling cables at night. A long late night. Those filled with passion. Passion and compassion for a game. We had another 5,000 players in that day. 5,000 people.
It did feel like everyone was playing it at once, so kudos to you that you managed to keep those servers up. I'm going to ask you, as a game developer, I think one of the things that's so exciting about the Arrowhead is it's really not just innovative, but you really master that kind of satisfying. It feels so enjoyable to play. You just have moments that feel so good and remind you what of it. Is there another thing for you, a moment, or maybe a mechanical innovation that's really resonated where you thought, okay, this is what you have to bring?
Yeah, I mean, there's several. I mean, growth in general, the way you simulate everything and all the crazy moments that happen. Like, when it's a video game where you're laughing so hard that you can't see because you hear what's happening around you, I think those are like peak moments when it comes to joy. And really,
Hello. Hello, you are looking fantastic.
Oh my gosh,
humbly.
thank you so much. I feel fabulous.
You look fantastic, and it's a bit chilly here on the red carpet, but you would not know it looking at you.
Thank you. Long sleeves. That's a secret.
Very clever. And we're live streaming on Sky News, so for any of our viewers who aren't sure what you're here for, tell us your full name and which game you're representing tonight.
I am Amaryl Gonzalez, and I play K-Bass in Star Wars Outlaws.
And you are up for Best Lead Actress, right? One of the biggest awards of the night.
Insane. I mean, it's such a dream come true. I've always wanted to be in gaming, and 10 years ago when I decided to enter my professional career, that was the first thing I knew I wanted to do. So it's such a full circle moment to kind of finalize this decade of my career with such a beautiful recognition. I feel like in my heart I've already won. First time in London. BAFTAs are such an incredible place. I love this place. I don't even want to leave.
That's beautiful. And of course, Star Wars is one of the names that people will recognize. Some of the games are smaller, some are bigger. Is the Star Wars game something you were kind of like top of your list to be involved with?
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm Latina, I'm from Venezuela. I don't think I ever imagined that someone like me could be in that place and represent that. I think it's so much bigger than me that to lead a Star Wars game as a Latina, as an immigrant in Canada. And now I'm at the BAFTAs. I mean, that's such a worldwide recognition, and I'm so proud. I hope that my community and women in gaming and women of color in gaming can feel seen and represented, and I can continue to do that.
That's pretty powerful, isn't it? We've got so much talk at the moment across the world about DEI and diversity and different people doing different things. And actually that's quite interesting. In gaming, we're now seeing these kind of barriers or glass ceilings broken through. And so would you say that's kind of inspiring to maybe young female gamers or young female performers who do want to get involved in gaming?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, for me, I thought a pipe dream, and once I entered the space, I felt something inside me that kept telling me it's so much bigger than me. I have to try and I have to give it a shot and do my best, not just for me, but for those that come after me, because growing up, I never saw myself represented in that space. I didn't even know it was a possibility. So I opened the door not just for me to believe in myself, but I hope other people see the door opening for them as well.
See it and you can be it, right?
Yes, exactly, yeah, it's opportunity. Yeah.
And have you found the gaming community welcoming?
You know what? I was at the nominee party last night, and there were so many women in the industry who just came up to, we all kind of bonded together. We became this unit, and it was so lovely to have that, because I know it's always very, I think, polarizing, especially with a franchise, and there's a bit of both, and I think that represents the world too. And I think it's Star Wars. It's the dark with the light, right? And so I don't think you can have one without the other. I choose to stay in the light.
That's fantastic, and you're up for a couple of awards tonight. So Star Wars is representing here. Are you excited for some of the other games? Have you been rubbing shoulders with some of the other performers?
I love all the nominees. I met them all last night. They're all so lovely. I love that we have kind of half and half, 3 women, 3 men. It's kind of, you know, it's head to head. I'm just so grateful to be nominated alongside them. I haven't been a lead performer in a game before, so this was really it's a milestone. So for me, I said, I'm just like, wow, it's an honor to be amongst them and to celebrate whoever gets the prize. But honestly, to be here is already the win, to be a BAFTA nominated actor forever.
Something pretty big for your CV, isn't it? And finally, we're asking everybody tonight, what was the game that changed their life? What has inspired them the most in their life? What would you say for you?
Oh my goodness. I've had a few throughout my life. I played a lot of Mario. Like Mario 64 in the Nintendo was probably my first game where I felt like, oh my gosh, catching stars. Such an analogy to life. But recently, I think through COVID, I played this one game called The Last Campfire. And it really awoke this passion in me of gaming with puzzle, but also storytelling and kind of this like positive reinforcement of like your purpose. So I keep searching for games like that just remind me of what's your life's purpose, what's something else that's out there. And that one just like, it made me cry at the end. It was really beautiful.
Gaming can be pretty powerful, right? Especially, I guess, during COVID when you weren't seeing many people.
That was literally me. I played Animal Crossing for the first time, and I love that you could share your code and people could come and visit you. And so I actually shared it with a few of my fans on Twitter, and people would come and visit my island, and we'd just hang out, chat, and like it felt like you were actually having a little party, even though it was on Animal Crossing. Like that really kept me sane and kept me connected. We did Mario Kart. Like I used to share my code, and just do races every 10 minutes, and people would come and race and bond, and I think gaming can do that, and I think it really was reinforced during a time where we couldn't see each other, but it's amazing that it can be so unifying.
Definitely, unifying is the word. Well, listen, good luck tonight. Fingers crossed for you. Your first time nomination, and fingers crossed for your first win.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Right, the red carpet is just starting to quieten down. You can see there's still quite a few people milling around, getting ready to go in, but very soon all of the stars will be taken in and will be sat down within the South Bank Centre, the Queen Elizabeth Hall behind me, and we will be going into the media room to follow the ceremony. It will wrap up at 9 o'clock. We will of course bring you on Sky News online. We'll bring you who all the winners are and that top prize of the best video game. We will let you know. Take a look, and yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the live stream. Stay with us, do a bit of gaming while we're waiting, and we will bring you all the news very soon. Thank you.